Well, I hope everything went okay with the exercise. Now we can move on to the solution video. Now, just to let you know, I am going to get a move on with the solution. So you'll find that the pace is just a little faster than what you're probably used to at this point. And the reason for this is because you should be quite familiar with quite a few of the things I've already shown you so far. So I'll just click on Start Exercise here. I won't have to look at the instructions much because I've already done this a number of times, and of course I created the whole thing. So the first thing to do is just to create my title here. I'll put that in there. I'll select all of these cells here, merge and center. I'll put up the font size by 2 points, make it bold, give it a fill color of, let's just go for this light orange color here. And now I can move on to the table below. First, I'm going to select these items here. Then I'll hold down Control and select these items. And while still holding down Control, I'll select these items as well. Then I'll use the keyboard shortcut Control B to make all of those bold. Then I'll select all of these cells here and use the keyboard shortcut Alt equals to activate a sum function. I'm just looking through these selections here. I can see that they're all correct. Then I need a grand total. So once again, I'll use the same shortcut. I'll select the right range of data and press enter. Now I can move on to max, which of course is within the auto sum dropdown. I'll select the right data. And now I can move on to min for minimum. I'll select the right data and press enter. Then I'm going to select all of the figures here and hold down Control and select these figures as well. I'll use the shortcut Control 1 to open up the Format Cells window. The option I want is currency, and within the symbol dropdown, I want the US dollar, so it's this option here, and I'll click OK. I have to sort out this problem here. I come up to the top right-hand side of the column and double-click, and that's been sorted. And then I'm going to select the whole spreadsheet, and I'm just going to centralize all of the data, just like that. And that table is pretty much done. At the end of the video, I'll go back to the exercise instructions and just double check a few things, but I'm pretty sure that's the finished product there. Now I can move on to the calendar. I'll type in Monday and use autofill to get the other days of the week. I'll sort out this problem here. And now I can move on to creating the days. So I'll put a 1 in here and a 2 in here. Select both these values and use autofill to fill in the rest. 8 in here and 9 in here. 15 in here and 16 in here. 22 in here and 23 in here. And the last 2 days are 29 and 30. I'll give this a title of June. Select these cells here, merge and center. I'll put up the font size by 2 points, make it bold, give it a fill color of, let's go for a green color. And I do need to apply a border with this one, so I'll come to the borders drop down. And the one I want is the all borders option. You can also click on outside borders. In fact, let's just go for this option. Then I'll come to this part of the table. And I do want to apply an outside border. So I'll come back to the borders drop down, outside borders. I'll select the days of the week here. We do need a fill color. So I'll go for, let's just go for something like a light blue color like this. And finally, I just need some fill color here for the 17th of June. Of course, you could have chosen your own birthday, but mine is on the 17th of June. And this one does need an outside borders. So I'll select that there. So that's pretty much done. Now we can move on to this problem here. So a quick solution for this would be to just select the first column, hold down Shift and select the last column, and then you can sort it out. But as you can see, you don't really know where this begins, so you probably have to do something like this. You'd have to maybe select one of the cells and just move it around and see what comes with the cell, and obviously you could see nothing moved with it. So I'm pretty sure it's this cell here. This is the first value here. As you can see, when I move it, that's actually the first sentence. So I'll select this first column here and select this last column here, and I'll double click in between or at the end, and that problem has been solved. All right, so we're all done here. So I'm just going to click on exercise instructions to come back to the solution sheet and scroll down. We do have the quiz questions here. I'm not going to go through these because you already have the answers behind the shapes. The last thing to do is just to use this keyboard shortcut here, Control semicolon. So I'll put my cell here. I'll use that shortcut and press enter, and then I'll fill in the rest of the cells. And as you can see, you basically end up with the present date, and then it just goes up one day at a time. So that, of course, can be very useful within Excel. And that is pretty much the exercise done. Next, we're going to move on to an introduction from me, so you'll get to see my face, and I just want to share a few details about this course with you. So I'll see you in the next video.